It's happening. Meat's back on the table. We did some engineering discovery, and I think we can build this thing. If you're new to this series, we were trying to automate TikTok videos to YouTube Shorts, 100% automated, no watermark, for free. Let's get into it. In the ideation video, we split up our problem into 4 mini problems. 1, check TikTok to see if our video got uploaded, and then get the data. 2, retrieve that video and download it without the watermark. 3, upload it to YouTube. And 4, publish that video and change the title, the description, whatever, all the custom data. I investigated each to figure out many solutions that we can piece together in our system. In this video, we'll be talking about number 1. There's a few ways we can do this. The manual way is to go over to our TikTok page and keep refreshing the browser. And as you know, if there's something that you can do manually on a browser, you can easily automate it with a headless browser. We make a request to my TikTok account page, and you can quickly check via DevTools to see what information you can grab from the HTML. Here, we find that there is an attribute field called user post item, and we can grab the href nested inside. If we do a quick select on this identifier, we get a list of all the video posts on this page, which includes URLs, titles for the 30 videos that initially load when you load the page. One caveat here is that it's really annoying to deal with page scroll and pagination after 30 videos. Watch this. We scroll the video and wait for it to load. We run the command again, and now we have more videos in the list. We can add this as a limitation to the solution, and if we decide to go with this solution, we'll deal with it then. But for now, we'll put it on the back burner. The one problem with the TikTok web app is that the URLs here go to an already offline processed video that has the watermark embedded. TikTok does have a CDN, so it might be possible to guess the no watermark URL, but it's most likely behind a signed URL, so it's a no-go until we have some time to dig a little bit deeper. For now, we just want our MVP. So this is gonna be our fallback solution because front-end scraping is incredibly brittle. For example, TikTok can easily change the attribute name or the class name and our whole solution falls apart. But for an MVP, this is a viable solution. All right, next we take a look at the TikTok developer API to see if there's anything that we can use. Turns out we can get a list of videos and it has the ID, title, description, and an embed link that we can use. Looks exactly like what we need, right? I was hoping it would just give us the no watermark URL, but as always, nothing in software comes easy. As we see in this document, it's the watermark-based URL. But if we can use this, it'll make our system a little bit less brittle, but there are 2 trade-offs. 1, we need to get approval for the API, and I have no idea how long that's gonna take. I already got denied once, and I already resubmitted my app for approval again. And 2, the login flow is pretty annoying. You need to get a new refresh token per user every 365 days. The document also tells you that you need to prompt the user to log in via a browser. Not impossible to automate, but so annoying. I did some more Googling, and there are some unofficial APIs that people have on GitHub. Here's a Python one called TikTok API Python by Avalanche. It allows you to get user data and also download a video with no watermark, which pretty much was just false advertising because my intuition was telling me it's just too good to be true. So here's a quick tip for anyone that made it this far to the video. Always check the issues to any open source library. Go to issues, search for watermark. Download video by ID, no watermark is not working. January 31st, 2021. The old method to download videos without watermark no longer works, and I'm yet to figure out a new way. So when you've been an engineer for long enough, you start developing a pretty good intuition for things. If something sounds too good to be true, it's too good to be true. And here we see someone commenting on January 25th of 2022 confirming that it still doesn't work. So if you got this far in the video, comment below with too good to be true because it's too good to be true. Next, we found this JavaScript scraper called TikTok Scraper by DrawRowFly. Important notes, as of right now, it is not possible to download video without the watermark, of course. Alright, so we went down the rabbit hole and we found that TikTok has some sort of public API. You can get information from the video using an HTTP request instead of using a headless browser. Although I did write a quick script to retrieve the HTML for my user, and I can just parse the item list from that, which is more brittle, but gets the job done. Deeper into the rabbit hole, we found the signer package called TikTok Signature from Karkabot. Basically, all the API calls that you make to TikTok requires a signed URL. Otherwise, it'll come back with an empty response or it'll just fail. This package pretty much does that for you under the hood using Microsoft Playwright Chromium, which is a headless browser library. This might be the least brittle way of doing things, but now our complexity goes up a bit because we have a dependency on this third-party library. headless browsing, which means that our infrastructure requires us to support that. If we want to deploy this up into the cloud, we're going to need something that supports headless browsing or a Docker container. And I was planning to do this with a serverless architecture without Docker up in the cloud. There's a lot of things to consider when you're doing front-end scraping. TikTok has a captcha that comes randomly to figure out if you're a robot or not. And there are a number of other security features as well. We're not going to cover that unless you're interested. Let me know in the comments. But for now, I just want to get this done and I have a pretty good idea of how we can achieve that, at least for problem number 1. Anyway, this video is getting kind of long, so I'm gonna cut it right here. Tune in next time for more engineering discovery where we go through the other mini problems. If you like this video and you want to follow along, give me a like and subscribe. If you got this far into the video, comment web scraping in the comments so I know how awesome you are for getting all the way through. All right, take care of yourself and I'll see you in the next one.